Good morning, children. Welcome to your chemistry online class. We are living in a very versatile nature, isn't it? From morning to evening, we are using a lot of things. Have you ever wondered what is the building blocks or what are the structural matter of these matters or these things? Can you list out the things we are using in a daily life? So from the morning, we are using a variety of materials. For example, we are using water, we are using a brush to brush our teeth, and we are using a lot of things. We are using plastic things, natural things, we are using dress, all those things. Do you know what is the basic metal in all this? Basic atom or basic element? Which is the basic element of these substances? The basic element of these substances is carbon. Almost the things we are using in our daily life is made up of carbon. Why only carbon? Why not other elements? These we have studied in last chapter. We know carbon showing a very versatile nature because of its catenation property and tetravalency. Can you define catenation property? Yes, it is a self-linkage ability of carbon. A carbon can link itself and form chain, branch, cyclic structures. And the other thing is its tetravalency. Tetravalency means carbon's valency is 4. So it is having the ability to bond between other 4 atoms. Maybe it is carbon itself or other 4 atoms. So a variety of compounds can made up from carbon. That's why an entire branch of chemistry dedicated to carbon. This entire branch is known as organic chemistry. Organic chemistry is the study of carbon compounds. So, this chapter we are going to deal with what is organic chemistry and some basic principles in organic chemistry. Shall we start? Okay. As we discussed earlier, organic chemical compounds appear in materials like clothing, fuels, polymers, dyes, and medicine. So, in our everyday life, we can identify the presence of organic compounds, that is, the presence of carbon. And the very first synthesized organic compound is urea. It is synthesized by the scientist F. Waller. And how can we represent these organic compounds? As we know, organic compounds are the compounds which are made up of carbon. And there are mainly two types of organic compounds, that is saturated and unsaturated compounds. Compounds which contain only single carbon bond is known as saturated hydrocarbon. Carbon which contain double more than one bond, that is double bond or triple bond, are known as unsaturated hydrocarbons. I hope these all things you have studied in your 10th standard. These are the general idea about organic chemistry. And how can we represent an organic molecule? We can represent it by several methods. Lewis structure or dot structure, dash structure, condensed structure, bone line structure, etc. So the first structure is Lewis structure. In Lewis structure, we are showing or we are representing a compound in the form of dots. We know a compound is forming in the combination of electrons. So, it is also known as electron dot structure. Electrons involved in the bond formation represented as bonds or dots. For example, if you take the compound CH4, Here carbon sharing 4 electrons with hydrogen's 4 electrons. So we can represent it is by the manner CH, CH, CH and CH. So totally 8 electrons. 1 electron from carbon, 1 electron from hydrogen is sharing here. Either we can represent by this manner or we can represent this compound as dash-like structures. This dot-like structure is known as Lewis structure. This dash-like structure is known as complete structural formula. For example, ethane. We know ethane is consist of 2 carbons. So first we draw 2 carbons. So ethane's formula is C2H6. 6 hydrogens are there. So we have to distribute 6 hydrogen for both carbon. So we are drawing the complete structure of the compound. So such compounds or structure is known as complete structural formula. Another example is ethene. We draw ethene like C double bond C. Its formula is C2H4. So it is having 4 hydrogens. So we have to distribute 4 hydrogens like 2 hydrogens for 2 carbons. So we are representing it is completely. All bonds we are representing completely instead of dots. So this type of structure is known as complete structural formula. And this formula also we can represent in another form. For example, we can represent C2H6 in the form CH3, CH3. That is 2 carbon C2, 6 hydrogen 3 plus 3, 6. We can represent like this form also. This is known as condensed structure. So, several manner we can represent the compounds. Complete structural formula of a compound can be abbreviated by like this. So we can omit the all covalent bonds. Like that manner also we can represent. This is known as condensed structural formula. Next method is bond line like structure. Bond line structure. This is the bond line structure. According to this, a line represents a single bond. Like a line representing a single bond. If two parallel lines, that is, if the compound like this, if there are two parallel lines, that is representing double bond. If there are 3 parallel lines, that is representing triple bond. So in this here we can see carbon and hydrogen is representing in the formula. But in this like structure, that is our bond line structure, carbon and hydrogen will not represent. Only lines will be there. It is drawn in the zigzag manner, that is like zigzag manner. Atoms other than hydrogen and carbon is represent here. So if there is no other functional groups, that is compounds other than carbon and hydrogen will represent. So in the middle, in the ends, this ends representing methyl group, that is CH3 group. For example, we can represent CH3, CH2, CH3. This is propane. This propane can be represented like this is CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. So here CH3, CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. This will be the bond line representation. So various ways to representing 2-bromobutane. For example, you can see either we can represent like condensed form, either we can like expanded from, or either we can represent by bond line structure. Here bromine is element other than carbon and hydrogen, so it can represent. How can we represent cyclic compounds in bond line manner? We know if a compound, for example cyclopropane, it is having carbons. So in bond line structure we are not showing the carbon, simply we can represent like this. Here each edge is representing one CH2 group, that is here one CH2 group is there, but is its bond line structure we need not to represent that. Similar manner we can represent any cyclic compounds. The next method is three-dimensional representation, 3D representation. This is representation using a paper. Two types of lines are there, solid line and dashed line. This is known as solid and dashed wedge formula. Here solid wedge is used to indicate a bond projecting towards the observer. This one is dashed line representing it is away from the observer. CH4 can be represented by like this manner. These two bonds in the plane of paper, if one bond is towards us, that observer is in the solid form, it is away from the observer. And we will see how to classify organic compounds. Generally, organic compounds can be classified in two manners. Acyclic or open chain compound, cyclic or closed chain or ring compounds. Open chain compounds are straight line or branched compounds. For example, alkyne, alkene, alkyne. It is open, no closeness or not closed. But if you take cyclic or closed chain compound, it is cyclic. All carbons are closed in the structure. Further, cyclic compounds are classified as homocyclic, heterocyclic, and homocyclic further classified as alicyclic and aromatic. This aromatic further classified into benzenoid and non-benzenoid. We will see one by one detail. Okay. Acyclic or open chain compounds. These compounds also known as aliphatic compounds, and which consist of straight or branched chain compounds. If you check the structure of ethane, you can see it is straight chain, no cyclic or ring formation here. And isobutane, it is branched compound. In a straight chain, there is a branch of methyl group. So, straight chain and branched compounds also will come under acyclic compounds, compounds which do not form as a cycle. It may consist straight or branched structure. The next one is alicyclic or closed chain or ring compounds. So, what will be it is? That is, compounds contain carbon atoms joined in the form of a ring. In a ring form, all carbons are in a ring form. And if the ring form consists of only carbons, only joined carbons, then we can call it as homocyclic. Homo means same. In the ring, there will be same type of atoms. So, what will happen if the compounds other than carbon exist in this? If the compounds contain the atoms other than carbon, then we can call it as heterocyclic compounds. In the ring, which made up of the compounds or atoms other than carbon, then we can call it as heterocyclic compounds. For example, tetrahydrofuran. we check tetrahydrofuran, instead of this carbon, instead of one carbon, it's contain oxygen. So such type of compounds are known as heterocyclic. So as alicyclic compounds further classified into homocyclic and heterocyclic. Homocyclic are made up of only carbons. If an atom other than carbon exists in the ring structure, we can call it as heterocycles. The next one is aromatic compounds. What is aromatic compounds? It is also cyclic structure, but in the cyclic structure you can see the unsaturated bonds, that is double bond. The compound which are cyclic in the form which contain unsaturated bonds are known as aromatic compounds. And these aromatic compounds further classified as two, that are benzenoid and non-benzenoid. If an aromatic compound which contain a benzene ring or benzene like structure, then we can call it as benzenoid. So the ring is related to benzene. This is the structure of benzene, which formula is C6H6. Here the base ring is benzene and NH2 is substituted here. That compound is known as aniline. And if we check naphthalene which we are using in home to eliminate insects. So naphthalene is also made up of two benzene rings. Such compounds are known as benzenoid aromatic compounds. And next one is non-benzenoid compounds. Tropolone. If we check with tropolone, it is made up of 7 carbons. Such compounds are known as non-benzenoid compounds. So in the ring, it is not based in benzene. The benzene-like rings are known as benzenoid aromatic compounds. So the base ring is not related to benzene, then we can call it as non-benzenoid aromatic compounds. The other type of example is heterocyclic aromatic compounds. Heterocyclic aromatic compounds are the compounds which are consist of the elements other than carbon. If you check this compound, it is also ring-like structure, but it consists the atoms other than carbon. For example, in furan, oxygen. In thiophene, sulfur. In pyridine, N. So these are the examples of heterocyclic aromatic compounds. It is aromatic in nature, which consists atoms other than carbon. So these are the examples of the classification of organic compounds. We'll see nomenclature of organic compounds in the next class.